This is George from High Tech Legion. Today we're going to take a look at the Noctua NH-L12 low-profile CPU cooler. Typically when you think of Noctua, you think of the NH-D14 or possibly the NH-C14, which are two of the larger CPU coolers on the market. The NH-D14 is absolutely legendary for its cooling prowess and was the top air cooler on the market for quite a number of years and arguably still is. But of course there's an entire another market segment that's coming into play right now, especially with a lot of HTPC systems out there. Noctua of course is addressing this market. The NH-L12 is a low profile CPU cooler, pretty much exactly the opposite of what the NH-D14 is. The NH-L12 comes packaged, as you can see, in the pretty much standard Noctua packaging. It does have the features listed out on the front. It is a dual fan, 120 and 92 millimeter dual fan design. It has a 120 sitting on the top with a 92 millimeter sitting on the bottom. It's also capable of ultra low profile, only 66 millimeters in height when using only the 92 millimeter fan in a pull configuration. Both fans have PWM support, and there is an included low noise adapter if you choose to go that route. It includes the Secufirm 2 mounting system. It is mini ITX mounting without backplate, and that is only for Intel. That is not for AMD CPUs. And it comes with a tube of Noctua NH-L12 high-end thermal compound. Moving to the side of the box, the only picture present on the box of the NH-L12 appears here, and it's a very, very small line drawing of the cooler itself. Also have some detailed specifications of the 120mm fan, which has a max rotation of 1500 RPM and max rotation with the low noise adapter of 1200 RPM. The NFB9, which is 92mm fan, has a max rotation of 1600 RPM, 1300 with the low noise adapter. All of your specifications as far as dimensions are listed here, as well as all included contents. The one thing we can say about the NH-L12 that's rather striking is the 66mm height with only the single fan, and it's also only 93mm in height in dual fan configuration, and weighs in at only 680 grams with both fans installed. Over on the back of the box, we get a little bit more detail on the features. 120 and 92mm dual fan design, extra low profile with only the 92mm single fan, and a little picture of just how it is installed. PWM support with a low noise adapter included. Secufirm 2 mounting system. Mini ITX mounting without backplate for Intel systems, and not all Intel systems, only some. And a full tube of NH-L12 thermal compound included. Over on the final side of the box, we get multi-languages of just a brief description, also including compatibility with Intel 2011, 1366, 1156, 1155, 775, and AMD, AM2, AM3, as well as FM1. AMD mounting will use the stock backplate. The NH-L12 is actually shipped fully assembled within the box with the fans mounted. As you can see, it is a dual fan configuration with 4 heat pipes. It's top-down cooler, meaning the air is passed from the top through the fans and down through the fin array as well as the 4 heat pipes. You've got pretty good coverage of the heat pipes using the 120mm fan. You've got the 92mm bottom mounted, as you can see, which is going to draw air through as well and really get a good amount of air through those 2 center heat pipes. Moving down, the Secufirm 2 mounting system is already on it, and as you can see, you've got a very nice milled finish, very mirror-like, but not polished to an absolute mirror finish. It's not a chrome-plated type finish. It's a nice mirror and very well polished. 4mm heat pipes, or I should say the 4 6mm heat pipes. Go up and through. Taking the fans off, they use standard fan clips. Top fan comes off. And as you can see, you've got a very, very small footprint using only the bottom fan. If you're looking for absolute silence and very, very low profile, you're going to get some very good cooling from a very low profile cooler. One of the things that gets overlooked sometimes is Noctua is not just a high-end cooler as far as being high-end overclocking or whatnot. They are built to very high-end specifications. They have beautiful fit and finish. The fin array, as you can see, uses very thick aluminum fins. They're nicely milled at the ends, no sharp edges whatsoever. They're built very solid, almost impossible to bend. Really just a beautifully put together cooler, just like the rest of the Noctua line is. And bottom fan comes off just as easily and out of the way. You could also use it just top fan if you wanted to, if possibly the bottom fan was making a little too much noise for you, and it's still only going to stand 93 millimeters tall. So either way, you're going to get a very nice low profile cooler. Taking a look at the included accessories, start instruction manual, actually comes in a small booklet, Intel, AMD, entirely separate manuals. On the Intel side, you've got two separate manuals, one for LGA 2011 and one for the rest of the Intel line. AMD, much simpler, since they will be using the stock backplate. Installation process exactly the same for each. And taking a look at the hardware itself, you've got your Intel set with the backplate included. AMD set, much simpler. Using the stock backplate, you only need crossbars and mounting screws. Y connector for the fan, and an extension cable included for the fans. Two low noise fan adapters. Since it does use two entirely different fans, it does require two different fan adapters, which are clearly marked. Only tool you'll need to put it in, and a bit of NTH1 thermal interface material. The Noctua NH-L12 is a very well made and very finely finished low profile cooler. It is a dual fan design, so standing at only 93 millimeters tall, you still have dual fan operation. You can lose the top fan, convertible design, and you're going to wind up with 66 millimeter height. So it's going to fit into just about any scenario you could possibly think of and still provide top end cooling in its class. Very nice package with it. The SecuFirm 2 mounting kit, very easy to install, incredibly firm, and absolutely everything you could ask for, including the only tool you'll need to put it in, as well as top quality thermal interface material.